let's see. We were thinking... Not no, no. No. This is what we might be able to do. 250 would be fairly straightforward. Play the fools. Mind flayers spawn in boss areas. When the mind flayer is alive, all other enemies are immune to damage. This would be a problem, but I'm not sure I want to deal with. Let's go take a look at a lighter touch. Okay. We'll check on that in a second. Thank you. Let's go look at a lighter touch. Alright, so we're already out. Oh, man. No early tanks. No tanks. No tanks. We have no tanks at all. We have no tanks at all here. With strength 14 or lower. Wow. Wow. That's not the worst problem I think we could be faced with. Because I don't think... I mean, we weren't really getting hit before. And we can shield with Calliope. So we'd tank with Jarlax. Because if he dies, we'd lose nothing. We lose no power whatsoever, folks, if he dies. Because he's not supplying anything except gold find. And we don't care on a boss level. I only need to go to 250, so we'll go College of Lore to keep the shields up. And you know what? You know what? We'll tank with Rosie and Jarlaxle. The deflect game is strong. If we happen to get shot by an arrow, she'll just catch it and throw it back. Okay. I'm okay with this. I only got to get to 250. Isn't the worst formation I've ever completed a variant with. It's not the worst. That's weird. It's kind of backwards then, huh? Minotaur versus Minotaur. Dinosaur. I don't know. Regis, what'd you get? Ideal situation would be a double blue or a blue and a purple, both filling slots we needed. But we didn't get that. We did get his Ruby Weakness blue. I'll take that. Because, yeah, that leaves the ultimate cooldown as the last one. And you know what? I'm fine. I'm fine not having that one. It's okay. And can we get a blue? Oh, Fire Breath. Got our Fire Breath back. We used them last round. All right. $18.56 on item levels, so 144. Did we get anything? We did. Hey, Briv. Dang it. Those silvers would probably put us over the top, but I was saving those for a special occasion. Plus, if here's the thing, if I open those, if we unlock Mert, I will be contractually obligated to do a Mert, to like want to focus on Mert. But the thing is I won't be able to because we're not to. Oh no, yeah, we haven't done the variant yet. Because the variant we need for Mert is Overwhelming Force and Tomb of Annihilation. So we're in the right campaign, but we haven't quite made the progress yet that we would need. Oh no, we might have to stop. Oh no, because Mert kind of then becomes priority progress, doesn't he? Kind of does. You know, just thinking Mert, getting to Mert is almost more important than unlocking Azaka. Where is... this one? We have to complete 26 Tomb of Annihilation adventures or variants. So we're 16 short. So I can... it's adventures or variants, so I can continue the storyline. That's fine. Then I'd need to start working on variants. Okay, that's fine. That still gets us on the way to Azaka. That's totally fine. But we definitely want to do Overwhelming Force for Mert. We want to do it just the normal version, and then we would want to do the Mert version. But that might be too far ahead. Oh no. We're going to come into some... when we unlock a Mert, we're going to have some very hard decisions to make, because it is incredibly important to get enough influence to be able to buy your time gate, your one time gate piece a week. Once you unlock him, that's a priority, is to get that. You do want to unlock him as soon as possible. You don't want to deflect in honor of Rosie. Where are we at for Vajra? Oh, I wish it told us how many we had. 1, 3, 4, 5, 8, 10, 11, 13, 15, 17, 9. Oh, we're at 20 exactly. Okay. Exactly what we need for Mert. So, this weekend's Time Gate champion will get us to 21. Then, next Wednesday's event will get us to 24 on the first day. 25 the next week, 26 the next week. We'll still be 4 short of 30 for Vajra. So Vajra's still a ways off. Vajra's a month or so. Vajra's at least a month away. At least a month away. Okay. Okay. But we should be able to hit split the party. The ideal situation would be to hit the split the party by the end of the event. Whether we can do that or not is... I don't know. Should be close. If we can't do it, we should be close. How mop is Kron mop ability? It's up there. Kron was like the first champion that people went ham for before Artemis had the supports. People would Kron as the end all be all DPS. But it's my understanding he's not as mathematically strong as Artemis. But I don't know how. Again, I don't do tier lists, so I don't know how he would compare with some of the other DPS that are mops now. Because now there's like both Darius and Dark Urge mop, but I don't know how Kron pairs up to that. Yeah. Yeah, if you can match his survival of the fittest, that's his thing. So he can throw down. But again, he wants gear and item levels. He wants, epics and lots of item levels. Yeah. But like, so gym mops. Oh, I know off the top of my head, I know Jim, Daddy's, and the Dark Urge mop, along with the old school Artemis and Kron. Let me see. This is why I make a guide for that. Lae'zel technically mops. I don't know how she compares. Karlach mops. I don't know how she. Well, her Karlach's mop is her health share, so she wouldn't be comparative. Isn't it the same with Commodore Crux? Ashara mops technically. Technically Black Viper mops, but Ben Ursa, Warduke, Birdsong, Archon, but yeah. I don't know. I don't really want to figure out who's the best mop. Like, other people can obsess about that. Kron mops even without Spurt. Kron mopped long before Spurt came to the game. I mean, I don't like the magic core for anyone, if I'm being honest, T2. Because there is no survivability in it. There's no health. So, I mean, if you can one-shot your way to whatever you need to complete, fine, but that means you have to overpower everything because nothing can touch you. Because if it touches your tanks, they fall over at a certain point. So I don't usually use the magic core. But yes, they do have they become a melee magic attacker, so it does work. I mean, you can use Spurt with Artemis, so why aren't they just basically the same? I don't understand. Hey, Dance Lover. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, Kron is a muscle wizard, basically. Well, Kron was originally a magic boy. That was the thing. And then he was just really bad. So literally canonically, because the community of Idle Champions gave him so much shit, he hit the gym, became evil, and came back as a muscle wizard. Canonically, that's what happened. Let me see if I can find the... There we go. Krond was my first. Yeah, Krond was the first champion I ever made a guide for, because it was his event, and I didn't even realize what the event was called back then. So I called it the Trickster's Delight event. That was not it. That was not it. That was just the name of the mission. Yeah, this is like, oh god, I cringe when I look at this guide because it's so old. It's so wrong. I mean, it was better than nothing, but so Krond, I mean, he had a strength 16 back then, but he also had an int 16. So yeah, born to an academic female human wizard who was researching an orc tribe and the vicious leader of said tribe, Krond has experience in both worlds. Raised as a fearsome warrior, he began focusing on the arcane arts after his mother was... Wow, I've got a typo in that guide, and it's 6 years old. After his mother was killed in the Goblin Raid, he carries a bonded warhammer named Unity. I didn't even describe abilities back then? Wow. Nope. So let's see. He had cantrip. He had the same cantrips he had originally. Shock. So shocking grass, additional damage to primary target after a stun. Firebolt, additional damage to 3 random enemies. Thunderclap, AoE damage. And then enemies that Krond damages take additional damage from his cantrip spells. And that was it. He had nothing else. That was his kit. His kit was basically, hi, I've got cantrips attached to my hammer attack. And, you know, with a debuff for more of my... That was it. That was his whole kit. That was his whole kit, folks. That was why everybody was like, Krond sucks. Krond sucks. And his itemization was... His first item increased his damage. His second item increased Thunderclap, the specialization. The second increased Shocking Grasp, the specialization. The third increased Firebolt, the specialization. So 2 of his 6 items wouldn't even work once you'd chosen a specialization. That was how bad Krond was originally. That was how bad Krond was originally. So, you know, people that complain about champion design now, it's like... That's way better than it used to be. Way better than it used to be. Oh, Spurt and Artemis are in the same seat. That's why. Okay. I was just thinking, well, he's got positionals. Why wouldn't you use him? Same seat. This is what happens when I don't play Artemis. I don't think about it. I don't think about what seat he's in. And who's in there. Krond knows, yes. Krond is the first to break the 4th wall, apparently. Hold on. See if I can find that. Let's see here. That's it. Trying to see if I could find the guy that, or the post that explained it. That was a long time ago. Yep. Oh, maybe here it is. Did I find it? Nope. That's not, that didn't take me to the right place. Okay. All right. Here it is. Is this it? I think this is it. Yeah. So, because everything in his design is tied to his specializations, we wanted to give him a build around me ability that might make you think about a different formation. We decided that Krond has been looked down on for so long that he's probably pretty cranky. He's missed out on a ton of adventures and he's ready to create his own crew. Yeah. Survival of the Fittest was born from that idea. Given his new focus on strong and evil champions, we imagine Krond benched from almost all adventures and quietly stewing and working out. We increased his strength to 18 and tipped his alignment from chaotic neutral to chaotic evil. That's right, new Krond isn't messing around. Yeah. So, yeah. It's because he basically got benched, because when he first came out, his ultimate was ridiculously strong. Basically, it would destroy anything. And when they nerfed it, it was like, then he was just garbage. You would literally put him in, level him up, and then just use his ultimate to kill things. Like, swap him in for that. Yep. Oh, that's right. They had to rebalance Archon too back then. Oh, I forgot. This was October 2018. You know, think about how long ago that was. See if I can find that Archon one. Nope. Nope. Wise. What? Oh, it's fine. I don't know, Lurking Rider, who Sean used to call him a boy. I have no idea. That was how bad crime was originally. Yes, back in my day, crime was bad. It needed to be reworked. Wonder if Archon will get some love with reworks and events and other core. Nope. A core evergreen. I would be absolutely shocked and amazed if we ever got another core or evergreen rework. like where they were a featured champion in an event. They would never, I don't think they would ever be a featured champion event. So if anything ever happens, if they ever tweak any of them, it'll just be probably minor tweaks. They won't be a featured because they're not event champions. Like the seasons, there was an opportunity for that, and sometimes they kind of tweak. Like we got a little tweak to Bruno, a little tweak to Dritz. When the Champions of Mithril Hall season was out, but events don't really give them that opportunity. Plus, they basically want to stay away from any kind of a major rework from a core evergreen because that would trigger a full dismantle on that champion, and people abuse that system. So but yeah, they did that with Ashara when they changed Ashara, because Ashara needed a bit of a, well, I won't say a nerf, because people called it a nerf, but her values didn't change. Like, it's just that she used to be able to she used to be able to light up her bonds with just 3 matches, and then they made it so that you had to match 4. So it just made the power a little harder to get to, but it didn't change the value of the power at all. So arguably they should have done maybe both. Or just I think they should have just left it at 3 and then just nerfed her power, but they didn't want to. But as it was, because she is an evergreen champion, people had thousands, tens of thousands of item levels total across her. So when it triggered her full dismantle, people dismantled her just to get all those blacksmithing contracts to pump into Briv. So I wouldn't say the glitch feats unnerfed Ashara. Again, she had fully viable teams and fully viable champions before. It's just now made more champions fit into, made it more easy. It's made it easier to match her bonds. But again, I think ultimately it would have been better if they just left her at 3 bonds, like 3 matches, and just nerfed her damage. Because the problem was always her damage. And they didn't fix that. They are so scared of nerfing damage in recent years. No, no. Yeah, Xeraphon. I mean, yeah, some of them could use a lot of love, but unfortunately, they're probably not going to get it. Probably not going to get it. Xeraphon could be friendlier to use. Yeah, half and half. Yeah. The fact that they created the half and half bond got rid of the nerf. That's what I'm saying. Like, it was so easy then to light up your second spec. Yeah. I just don't think they're ever going to do that again for that reason. Also, remember, core champions, well, specifically the core 12, you're supposed to use them to start the game and then move on, basically. Evergreens, arguably, I feel like they should be allowed to rework. I just don't think. I think if you're going to rework an evergreen, you just say, look, we're going to rework an evergreen champion. No, you don't get a dismantle. The vast majority of item levels that come to your evergreen champion came there from just passive accumulation off of silver and gold chests. So we're not giving you a dismantle. I mean, I think that's totally a valid statement. And then you can make Dritz better. That's really all I care about. The rest of them, Then Dritz could be, better. Yeah, I just don't think it's going to happen. I think of the core 12, I think the only one that has a serious problem is Jamila. She's just doesn't really feel like she has a functional niche. Well, she's not supposed to. As a core champion, she's just supposed to be better. I think she's supposed to be a viable DPS option, and she's just like early on, and she's just not. She's just not. And Archon's kind of stuck between being a core 12 champion, but being more of a mid game champion because you need certain supports for him, and he's still there. He's okay. But Jamila doesn't really do a whole lot. Yeah, Xeraphon, it doesn't do anything. I mean, they do, but you don't have to worry about it. You just put them in the formation and park a familiar on their ultimate, and then ignore them. They're going to do what they're going to do. They're really straightforward that way, but they don't offer a whole lot. It's really all about how many times do you get to hit the ultimate? It's really what it comes down to. I'd be happy if Dritz became DPS support. I mean, I could see that. They'd have to change his kit. To make him a support, they'd have to change his kit. So I'd just rather they just made him better as a DPS. I mean, he should really be the DPS focus of the Companions of the Hall. And he got a lot better. He got a lot better with their rework. He does way better now than he used to. It's just not... It's not Dritz level of good, right? Like when you think about the Legend of Dritz, he doesn't deliver on that. Well, just making Guinevere apply a debuff isn't enough to make a champion a support champion. You actually have to have support abilities, and not just a support ultimate. Because Guinevere isn't the ultimate. That's right. She does come out, but still, even that doesn't make her that wouldn't make Dritz a support champion. Yeah, the shielding spec for Jamila is better than the one where you're adjacent to tanks. The adjacent to tank one was meant to be they're both meant to be her in the front line with the tanks. She's a bruiser, but they never really supported bruisers the way they needed to make it realistic. So she just needs to go back to just being just pure damage instead of trying to exist in the front line. Surprised he isn't a DPS support so he could be used with Artemis. Well, I'm surprised that Dritz isn't Artemis. Like, Dritz is the better fighter, canonically. Dritz should be the one that's OP in this game, not Artemis. So if we're going to be surprised about something, that's what we should be surprised about. Delana's in a much better place than Jamila. I'll use Delana before I'll use Jamila. Delana's got solid damage and wave clear. Exactly. Dritz isn't a support DPS because he's not the leader of the Companions of the Hall. Someone's post on the subreddit is titled 3,000 hours and failed terribly in tier 4. And I'm all like, I'm surprised you even got there. 3,000 hours? Only 3,000? And you're in tier 4? Wow. How much money did you spend on the game? A lot. A lot. But yeah, I wouldn't expect with 3,000 hours somebody to finish off tier 4. But it seems like they were feeling bad, and I'm like, I'm shocked you made it there. You should just be happy you made it there, I guess. I don't know. But if you bought a lot of DLC in this game, maybe we'll figure out what everything's doing, because clearly you've got some power on your account. Clearly you've got some power on your account. But that's the thing about like just throwing a lot of money at the game. Like it makes it just harder to learn all the things you need to do. Like you got to learn it faster. That may not work very well. That may not end up working very well. How many jumps? 289. Oh, that's right. We just did some. There's a part of me that really wants, man, those silver chests are just, I want to open them. What are we at? 1858. 142 item levels. I don't think I would get that out of 40 silver chests. I think we'd probably get 40 to 50 item levels, so it's not that bad. Higher, further, faster, exactly. The Idle Champion's motto, higher, further, faster. They were forward there faster. I mean, hey, sure. Sure. Speaking of faster, F1 last weekend. Wow. It was, wow. For those of you who don't follow F1, the person who is basically winning all the things took off from the start, in their car, and apparently, for some reason, their right rear brake stayed locked on, and applied. Like if you had your emergency brake on, but for some reason it was just applied to the right rear. And they did a lap and a half, maybe, before it fully caught on fire. They had to pull out of the race. Like, they were like, wow, the car's feeling a little weird. But they were doing okay, and they were leading the race. And then they were trying to go around a corner, and then it's like it slid wide, and they're like, wow, the rear's real loose. And so someone passed them and took over first place, and they're driving along, and then they're like, no, this is real bad, guys. There's something wrong with the back end. I think something's on fire. And yeah, I mean, he got back into the pits, and it was fully ablaze, and they put it out. But I mean, that was it. That was it for their race. And they found out, like looking at the data afterwards, they were like, oh no. Our telemetry data says that brake was on the whole time. He led the race for like a lap when he had 1 out of 3 tires just fully braked. That was ridiculous. And then Lewis Hamilton, that was Max Verstappen. And then Lewis Hamilton's driving along, and then his engine just shuts off. Like Doesn't throw a rod, doesn't just driving along, gone. He's like, what the hell? Guys, my engine's out. Just pulled over near a place where they could back him out, and then they backed the car out, and that was it. He was out too. They were saying like that's like the two people that DNF that race, they were right in the early stages of the race, within the first 5 laps. Two drivers were out, and those two drivers represent 10 years of driver championships. And it's like, well, everybody else gets to race today. After that, it was a solid race. It was pretty good. The winner, literally, it was their first race back from getting their appendix removed 2 weeks ago, and they won. Look, I had my appendix out when I was a kid. 2 weeks after that, I was not going to be driving in a race car. Like, wasn't doing sports at all 2 weeks after that. So good on him. He had to have had some good drugs. Surprised he could drive the car. 4,000 hours, I can't finish most of the tier 3s. That's what I'm thinking, right? Yeah. Yeah, did anything happen about with Alonso? Did he get in trouble for brake checking? I know someone was going to complain about it. If he brake checked Russell, that was a bad wreck. He was penalized? Okay. Wow, yeah, I mean, yeah. That's not a place, it's one thing. Yeah, no, that was bad. Not right at the end of the race like that. I mean, come on. That was a bad place to do it, so. Go around Rage Driver. Why? I had a go-kart back then. I raced around on a go-kart back then. That had the limiter taken off, and the exhaust pipe, the muffler was taken off, and they just put a straight pipe on it. That thing flew. It was so loud, and it flew. Even though it was just a little 3-horsepower engine, but you get me on the asphalt, and I'd be gone. It was so fast. 5,200 hours it could complete all tier 4s. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't expect, unless you spend a lot of money, 5,200 hours. Yeah. Maybe super efficient play, but I would think more than that. Oof, that sucks, Bayushi. Yeah, I got appendicitis right before Christmas when I was in the 8th grade. Like about a week before Christmas. And my parents hadn't bought my Christmas present yet. They were going to buy me like a VCR from my bedroom. And instead they're like, Merry Christmas, you got your appendix taken out. I was like, God dang it. And yeah, like 3 weeks later, like there was like one of our last basketball games of the year, and my parents were like, no, you can't go play in that. You had your appendix out 3 weeks ago. And yet here's Carlos Sainz racing in Formula 1 2 weeks after. Only 1,300 hours, and you were in tier 3. That's a shock. Yeah. So if you got there, good job, I guess. It's no big deal to remove an appendix now. I think here's what I will say. That is on a case by case basis, because I mean, Like, I don't even know if you can see the scar I had, my appendix scar anymore. It was a tiny little incision. It wasn't considered a really big deal back then either, but it's still major surgery. It's still major surgery. Um, and I remember, I know it really depends on a case by case basis, because there was a kid that got it like the day after me, or no, not even the day after. He was in a few hours after me, because I legitimately, out of surgery, as the painkillers started to wear off, but I had not woken up yet. Apparently, I was told by everyone that I was screaming while unconscious from the pain. So, you know, so I had not woken up yet, and this kid is coming in, and then they're prepping him for surgery, and their parents like, what's the screaming from? And they'll, oh, that's the kid that just came in and got his appendix out, and this other kid was going in to get his appendix out. So that didn't make him feel any good, very good. But then he came to see me. I was like, I could barely move without it being incredible pain. And then he comes walking in like, hi, I got mine out too. And I'm like, you bastard. Why does it not hurt for you? This is the worst thing I've ever experienced. It was horrible. My pain was horrible. I don't know why. I mean, even before I was conscious, like literally conscious of it, it was screaming kind of pain. So I don't know. I will just say, depends on the person, because, I mean, I can go get it, and it's like, I don't like pain. I don't like it at all. But I've gotten I have a pretty big tattoo right through here, right on some shallow bone. And after I got it, or while we were tattooing it, afterwards at the end, he's like, I was there for hours. He's like, man, you did really good with the pain. Usually people ask for a break. And I'm just sitting there in my head going, I could have asked for a break? I didn't know. It was my first big tattoo. I was just like, be calm. You just got to get through the pain. We can't stop. I didn't know you could ask for a break. So, I mean, can I handle it if I'm awake? Yeah. But apparently not when I'm unconscious. I have 10,000 plus hours according to Epic and couldn't finish more than half of the tier 4 events. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So there's got to be, again, there's part of it's like, what's your power levels like, and part of it's time. You just can't race through everything, because if you race through, you might not know exactly how everything works. Were you shoved at nurse? Wow, I didn't do that. I was very appreciative of the nurses that came in and turned my butt into a pincushion with the painkillers. That was how they did it back then. They could probably do some other way, but man, it was literally lean on your side, in goes a needle. Oh. And I was fine with that pain just to make all the rest of it go away. Hey, Bunny Beast, you caught us as we're talking about appendicitis. Enjoy. Enjoy. But yeah, I mean, can I tolerate pain? Yes. Do I want to? No. Have I been in incredible amounts? Yup. Just, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, Lurking Rider. Dentists hate me. I have to either heavily distract myself with something, like I had a dentist that had like the TVs on the ceiling and the headphones, and I'd bring in my own movies, which they were like, well, we don't let this happen, but you got to stay distracted because you burn through your painkillers too quickly. So they would let me rent movies and bring in them. I could watch whatever I want, appropriate movies, but just distract myself because I couldn't watch something that I'd watched before. It didn't pull my focus enough. So I'd bring in movies and they'd do stuff, and that would allow the Novocaine to stay functional. But nowadays I have to get. I'm at the point where they have to do nitrous because I went in once and they didn't do nitrous, and they gave me the shot. They came back in, wasn't numb, gave me another shot. Came back in, wasn't numb, and they're like, we literally can't give you anymore. Like, like you just can't give you a lot of this. This is not. I don't understand. You shouldn't feel a thing right now. And I'm like, I feel everything. Nothing is numb because my anxiety just burns it away. Even with nitrous, I have to actually actively like maintain deep breaths through the whole thing, or because if I start getting into shallower breathing or pausing a little bit of breathing and not, the anxiety will burn that out too. It's real bad. So dentists do not like me. That used to be most of the pain when I was with that first dentist who would have me watch TV shows. Most of the pain I would have from recovery would be from all the times he had to shoot me during the procedure. It was from all the injections, not from the actual procedure. Content warning pain. I should have started that off. My bad, folks. Little shuffle words. No, just they had to be like a PG 13 because it was a family dentist. It was a family dentist. But I mean, I would go in. He would schedule me early in the morning, uh, like 7:30, and I'd have 3 to 4 hours of work done just straight. He would take from one side of the mouth, everything that they were doing. That was back when my teeth were real bad. Uh, an entire side of the mouth, 3 to 4 hours of work, and and if the stuff started wearing off at the end, he had to finish, and he couldn't give me any more, so I had to stay distracted. So watching movies, and then I'd like partway through, I'd just be like, "Movie's over," and they'd go switch, they'd pause, change the movie to the next one, and then right back in, right back in. I've watched Marathon Man. I can't remember Marathon Man. Is that the? I remember seeing the movie, but I remember the dentist more in Little Shop of Horrors. I saw the first one, but I mean the second one where it's Steve Martin, right? Wasn't Steve Martin the dentist in the second one? Yeah, yeah. You'll be a dentist. Yes. Yes. Hold on. Yes. There you go. You're welcome, Chad. My attention span isn't good enough for Marathon Man. I only watch Running Man. That's good. Why do I not remember Marathon Man? I mean, I remember. I know that I've seen it. I do not remember the reference. Hold on. Yeah, I don't remember. I swear I've seen that movie, but that is not. I was not ringing any bells. Oh well. Dun, 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 dun. I think I'd rather watch the 80s Little Shop of Horrors. Or 90. Was it 80s or 90s that one came out? I don't remember. No. 86. Yeah. That's what I thought. I remember that one was coming out and we went to the like rental place and so they were renting the original. And so we got the original and I remember watching the original going, "Huh. I don't know why they hyped this up so much." Not like at the time I was too young to realize they got you in that. Oh, this isn't the actual. This isn't the original. Okay, this isn't the 80s one. This is the OG one. Yeah. Yeah, the first one is 1960. Yeah. So, it was only about 26 years old. The movie was 26 years old when we watched it. Wasn't quite the same. Wasn't quite the same. Oh, I haven't been a Mandela at all. No, I hear. Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's the trailer for the original one, and I've watched that movie. Not as good as the 86 version. I mean, it's interesting. I'm not going to say it was horrible. It's just, it was not what, because we were like me and my little cousin, or my cousins, I shouldn't say my little cousins. One cousin was my age, one was a few years younger, and it just did not click to us at the time. Oh, this isn't the one in theaters, and then we rented it. Like, but that's why I'm like, I think that's when I started realizing, oh, you can have multiple versions of the same kind of like creation, and they can be vastly different, and that's okay. They can all still be good, which is what I took into books and things. Like when they make movies out of books, I'm like, wow, this is different, but you know what? It's still okay. I mean, if he made that movie on half a shoestring in a few days, that's an amazing accomplishment. Because yeah. Well, I mean, of course, some movies can just be bad. I'm just saying, I don't judge a movie by its book, or vice versa. I will judge them all on their own merits. Although I do agree that the live action Avatar: The Last Airbender movie was not good. I have now seen the new live action version and think that's pretty fantastic. Still haven't watched the animated stuff. It's on my to-do list. One day it's daunting because there's so much of it. It's hard to start something that just has a lot of episodes, even when they're short episodes. Even when they're short episodes. Oh, I don't do that either, Lurking Rider. I don't say, oh, that movie doesn't exist. It existed. It just maybe shouldn't have. Well, no, I mean it's fine. They tried to make a version of something and it just wasn't good. It just wasn't good. It happens. But I'm with the person at the Oscars this year who was like, maybe instead of $100 million movies, you make $10 million movies and see what happens. Yeah, do that. You could get a bunch of just fantastic movies out of $100 million. You don't have to try to make it like this blockbuster thing. Not every movie needs to be that way. Oh no, I know about One Piece too. I watched the One Piece live action. I enjoyed that as well. There's so much of that. I would never do that. I don't know if I could ever. Wait, there really is the Lurking Rider. There is a live action Avatar: The Last Airbender movie. Yes, and it was widely considered to be egregious by Avatar fans. I thought it was like, no, this is subpar. Just as somebody who didn't know the original work, I was like, this isn't a good movie. The Little Shop of Horrors was shot on a budget of $28,000. The interiors were shot in 2 days. That's amazing. How long did it take them to make the plant? That's odd. The Audrey too. That's what I want to know, because even back then it was pretty neat. Way better in the '80s one, but. Question about HP Lovecraft? Wait. For me, two things happen. Either the HP does not go down and all of a sudden they die, or nothing happens for a few minutes. The HP goes down to 50%, then stops, and all of a sudden the mob, their boss dies. Okay, so we're talking about enemy HP. It's hard to know if I deal enough damage or not when the HP bar isn't moving. Is there some kind of setting I'm missing? It sounds like you're running into a bug. It sounds very much like Bud's Buggy, which is a bug where you're running like debuffers and you're not really supposed to be doing any damage to them, but then suddenly something happens and it does a lot of damage to them. But it's very difficult for me to know from that description. Especially when you're saying nothing happens for a few minutes. That tells me there's a bug happening. Or that makes me think there's a bug happening. And I just realized, Malzahar, I was trying to answer your question, and we were on an ad break. I think you're dealing with a bug. I think that's a bug. It sounds a lot like a bug. It's hard to know just from a text description and not actually seeing it. But it sounds like you're running into a bug. No, not the Blue Avatar movie. The Avatar: The Last Airbender movie. Yeah, I introduced movies to two different people today who didn't know they existed. I do have the Avatar: The Last Airbender stuff like on a watch list. I just haven't sat down and watched it. Now that I've seen the Netflix thing, I'm more likely to sit down and watch it at some point. But the way my like watch lists work is, I have watch lists set up and I'm adding stuff to it all the time. But then I also have a DVR that records things that are on TV that I want to watch, and I prioritize the DVR over everything else because I feel like it's always going to be there, even though it isn't always. And so when I've cleared off the DVR, then I go watch stuff on the various streaming services. We both have actually got the same problem. Malzahar, I really, what we kind of need to see is almost like this may be impossible, but I almost need to see what's happening. Because there is I mean, you can have enemies like pile up on your formation, and you're not doing any damage to them, and then suddenly you hit like an enrage timer, or there's some like threshold for damage, and suddenly you're doing damage to them and you kill them. But the thing where you're like the health doesn't go down and then suddenly it's half gone, or then it just disappears completely, sounds more like a bug, but it could just be the regular function of the game. Like the thing where you're saying all of a sudden they all die, like that feels like maybe an ultimate went off or something, but it's very hard from a text description to know. I'm not getting near. Unfortunately, I can't be like, is this what it looks like? Tomorrow, on my stream tomorrow, I'm going to be doing a deep push. And you would then be able to compare, like, when I'm towards the end of that, if it's like what you're talking about or not. Because I will be going really deep and enemies will be building up on my formation. They're just not right now. I don't know that I don't have Dynahair on this account, so I wouldn't know about that. Any bugs about Tyrell and Dynahair. Yeah, I mean, if you could record it and upload it to YouTube and share it with people, that then we'd be able to actually see what's going on and tell you if it's a problem or not. I mean, you could link it on the subreddit in a post on the subreddit, or in the Idle Champions channel of my Discord, or of the official Discord. But yeah, sometimes there's things that you just people have to see to know if it's a problem or not. But yeah, today is just me trying to get through the last of these event variants that I'm going to attempt. And then I really don't think we can do... I don't think we can do Flay the Fools. We were barely clearing 350, and to have... Mind Flayers make bosses immune to damage until you take out the Mind Flayers. Mind Flayers are hit-based or armored or something. I don't think we can do that. I think that's going to be it. By the time we get to 250, we aren't going to have any more time for anything else. I wouldn't be pushing deep in a variant. So, but tomorrow I think we're just going to start the stream with a deep push and see what happens, because we've got E20 favoring Kellenbor, so there's a chance. There's a chance tomorrow we could soft cap champions for the first time. E20 with Crawl. There's a chance. Yeah. So, but that's going to take, we're going to have enemies piling up as we're getting deeper, and you'll see how like they're staying alive and then they just go boom. And like sometimes it depends on the champions you're using sometimes too. Krull can have things pile up, and then suddenly they just go pop, like the loot pinatas they are. So yeah. Tree fitty? I don't do trees anymore. I don't do trees anymore. I have any 404 gems not found? What? What? We looting it? No, just silvers. Just silvers. The trees betrayed Gar. You could say it was treason. Sunglasses. Yeah, if we could have afforded it, not only would I have like we did cut down the rest of the tree in the backyard. I would have taken out both in the front yard too. Just like get all the trees away from the house. Anything that's within range, everything's coming down. Because they just, I mean, a long time ago, people just planted trees because they're like, oh, I like this kind of tree. And they plant it and they don't think about, oh, this could be dangerous near a house. Yeah. Just occurred to me to have Steam check the file validation. Oh, it always finds a bunch of files to validate. It's just the way, for whatever reason, it's the way their Unity packs things for them. It always finds files. It doesn't mean necessarily there's anything wrong. Yeah, I'd take a Quick Trip sponsorship if they wanted to sponsor me. I'm there often enough. I like their by the slice pizzas. Their pizzas are good. I've just never bought in like a whole pizza. I'd probably enjoy it, but by the slice, I don't know. My opinion of the Strongheart rework? I mean, it's fine. Could it have been a little better? Sure. I'm not sure if his specialization change is great or not. It's something. It's definitely an option. Is it a good option? I don't know. It could be your only option sometimes. So at least it's something. The event token thing is neat. I think you're going to get the most out of the event tokens the first time you stack it up, and you get a bunch. After that, I think somebody did the math, and you basically get one extra chest pack a month, which is fine. It's not nothing. You get to keep the corpse of the betrayer? No. I mean, I guess we could have, but we wouldn't have done anything. We converted our fireplace to gas a long, long time ago, so... we don't have any. We don't have wood-based fireplace. I haven't had a breakfast pizza ever, so. I've tried a couple. Well, I haven't tried taquitos there. I've tried the like the pulled pork and chicken tacos, and I just can't. I'm like, that's barbecue. It's not. It doesn't feel like. I get what they're trying to do, and I just don't like it. I just don't like it. Can you make me regular tacos? I'd probably like regular tacos. They just, I heard that Strongheart's thing works from the bench, but it shouldn't. It should have to be in a party somewhere, but apparently the bug about the same thing they had last time, where sometimes this season thing would happen from the bench, is applying to the event token scavenger. It shouldn't, though, so don't get attached to that. I feel like he'll need to be in a party somewhere eventually. At what amount of pancake toppings does it become a breakfast pizza? It won't. Like a pancake couldn't. I'm gonna put my foot down here. A pancake cannot ever become a pizza. And it's because of the crust. Like, you got to be able to pick it up and hold it. Like, even if it's got a little bit of a floppy tip, that's fine. But like a pancake would just flunk. And that ain't pizza. Isn't a breakfast pizza just last night's leftovers? For me it is. But there are actual breakfast pizzas that are like, they've got egg and sausage and stuff on them instead of instead of pepperoni, which is just give me a pizza. You have to put breakfast toppings on it. Just give me a pizza. I'm gonna turn the remains of some decking. There's nowhere to put a deck. Yeah, that's you know, we don't have that kind of house. Pizza gravy is the sauce with egg and sauce. Oh, I couldn't do gravy as the sauce. Yeah, that wouldn't be for me. A waffle is still a waffle. But you could make a waffle. I mean, there's a closer argument for making turning a waffle like a big waffle, and like with the sections and like having toppings on that and calling that a breakfast pizza. I'd do that before I'd call that. I'd be closer to having that as breakfast pizza than sausage and gravy and eggs. I can't. That to me just. I don't really do gravy. But that to me just. But like take a waffle and put like some strawberries, like sliced strawberries and whipped cream. I'm down for that. Nice crispy waffle. Alternately, a waffle with some sliced up fried chicken with some syrup, maple syrup, basically chicken and waffle pizza. We'll do that too. Chicken waffles. Breakfast burritos are awesome. Yes, there used to be a place where you could get like chonk or breakfast burritos on my way to work in San Diego. So good. So good. Around here, it's like, you want a breakfast burrito? There's Sonic. And I'm not saying they're bad. It's just, I'm saying they're not great. They're satisfactory. But I also haven't like gone to one of the good Mexican places to see if they even. I don't even know. I'll just have to check the menu to see if they even have breakfast burritos. Problem is, I don't get up early enough for breakfast. I tend to get up and if anything, it's like, oh, lunch is going to be soon, and then I just wait and have lunch. Breakfast isn't about time; it's a state of mind. Well, for me, it's more about time. I get that some people can have breakfast for dinner, and I'm like, I have it every now and then. I'm like, eh. I'd rather just have breakfast when it's time for breakfast. Thankfully, West Texas food trucks are amazing. Beat every restaurant. I mean, that's awesome. There's like one food truck that I know of around here, and I never see anyone there, so I'm not going to be the first. I mean, it's always parked in the same spot. It must get customers. I never see them. And for me, if there isn't a line out in front of a food truck, I ain't trying it out. Well, I understand the technical definition of breaking your fast, Lurking Rider, but we're talking like the breakfast foods. Breakfast foods. Like, to me, breakfast foods are eaten before like 10 a.m. is for me. Otherwise I feel weird eating them. I can kind of bend the rules for like a breakfast sandwich after 10, like a croissant sausage, like a sausage, cheese, egg and cheese on a croissant. I can bend the rules for that, or that on a bagel, on an everything bagel, sure. But for whatever reason, like a breakfast burrito, to me, I just want that in the morning. Pancakes, waffles, I want that in the morning. I would break the rules for good chicken and waffles for dinner. But like some people I know are like get so excited to have like pancakes for dinner, and I'm like, okay. I mean, pancakes are delicious, but why is having them at dinner like? Why do you get so fired up to have them at dinner? Like, do you get that excited about them for breakfast? No, don't. My brain doesn't process that. I don't know why. There's a brilliant food truck on Garth Channel a while back. The chef made virtually anything. Oh. The chef was chained to the kitchen and forced to make literally anything. Yeah, that might be what it is. McDonald's deemed that breakfast time ends at 10:59. And you know what? That might be the problem. That might be where my mental switch would develop, is growing up around McDonald's and like, well, it's after 11. I can't get breakfast anymore. Honestly, could be. You can literally get conditioned like that. Like after I got out of insurance, this girl I was hanging out with, she was like, "It's weird. I can always tell when it's 6 o'clock because that's the first time you smile on any given day." And I'm like, "I smile before 6." She's like, "No, you don't. No, you don't." She's like, you're not happy until it's after 6 o'clock." I'm like, and then it dawned on me it's because that job just conditioned me to just be unhappy until till 6 when I got off work. I only got rid of that. You gotta decondition yourself. Bacon is a breakfast food. I don't eat bacon. Sorry, folks. I know chat's about to just explode, but we've had this revelation before. I don't really like bacon. Oh, so here's the thing. I will say this. Denny's. I will go to Denny's. It has to be late night. So it has to be like after 11 p.m. After 10 or 11 p.m. And I will get breakfast. I will get a moons over my hammy with a chocolate shake. Because anytime late night at Denny's, but again, I got conditioned to that. That's just what you did. If you're gonna go to Denny's late at night, like after bars close or early in the morning, like you hanging out and do stuff, and then it's like 4 a.m. and you're hungry, but you haven't gone to sleep yet. Denny's is open. Denny's is open. I can get moons over my hammy and a chocolate milkshake, and then I can go to bed happy. But I'll even do that for breakfast. I go into Denny's. It's like, what do you want for breakfast? Moons over my hammy. All right, what do you want to drink? A chocolate milkshake. It's just that's my order. Can't drink sodas before 11 because my mom wouldn't let us drink them any earlier. Wow. See, I don't want to. I can't drink anything with. Well, I don't really drink caffeine, but now, like some root beers have a little bit in it. But even if there's lots of sugar, I try to have that before like 6, or else it messes with my ability to sleep. Ben doesn't understand. Doesn't know what to do now that I don't eat bacon. Wait, what? Um, it's a texture thing. Well, it's also the flavor is just it's overpowering, and I don't know. But as a kid, the texture killed me, like with the fat and stuff. I don't like meats with that are like fatty, visibly fatty, and like I can't deal with it. It's my own whatever neurodivergence flavor of neurodivergence I have, I can't process it. I don't want it anywhere near me. And so like I grew up eating sizzling, which was basically turkey bacon, and it was delicious, but it didn't have that overpowering flavor that regular bacon had. It tasted good. So when I have bacon, I can't. Like even if they cook something and they put bacon in it, like I've tried to get like pork fried rice, and at some places what they do is they chop up bacon, and I just spit it out. I can't eat it. I'm like, it just kills me. It's not what I was looking for. So I can't do anything with bacon in it. Denny's is one of your favorite breakfast places when you were on vacation in the U.S. Look, I don't like Denny's is one of the rare places that I can't really knock. Like for chain food, like I get to just consistently. But again, I really only order moons over my hammy. But like it's Denny's for breakfast. It's not the worst. I don't know. I guess that's my slogan. It's not the worst. Well, hey, look, the way I think of it is, because I'm not eating the bacon, everybody else can. That's fine. Feel the same about tripe. Yeah, I couldn't go near it because because I just know. Like there are certain things that I'm like, if I already know what's in them, there I could never. I just can't. My brain won't let me. They probably taste great. Can't do it. Like the trend of frying chicken skin until it's crispy and delicious, basically chicken bacon. It sounds more like a pork rind, or pork crackling. I think if you want to get real specific, isn't that crackling when they fry up the skin of a pig? So they're just doing it with chicken now. I've never been to a Filipino wedding. I don't remember what lechon is. But I know what balut is, and no thank you. Oh, suckling pig. I can't do it. Like so here's the problem. I went once to when I did like a thing where the friends and family had a sailboat and they were going on a vacation, and so they had me come with them basically as crew. And we stopped along the way at this island, and they were doing a big barbecue, and they did a whole pig like underground, and afterwards, pulled it out, and it smelled delicious. And then they walked it by me, and I could see it, and I was like, nope, can't eat it. Can't eat it. I can't. I just saw it. I can't eat it. If I'd never seen it go by like that in that form, I'd have been fine. Nope. Nope. There's switches that go off in my head. So if I saw it as a full roast pig, I wouldn't be able to eat it. But if it happens somewhere I can't see it and you just bring it out to me, yeah, probably fine. Probably love it. Yeah. I don't know. Brains are weird sometimes. I think probably the best wedding in terms of like the food that I went to was one of my friends in San Diego who I'd been roommates with for a long time. He got married, and they had a food truck show up and do street tacos. I was like, this is the best thing ever. Like, forget catering. You've got a food truck with street tacos outside. People can just walk up and have what I mean, all the different meat options, all the salsas. Like, yes, yes, it made me so happy. Was the best catering for a wedding. I've been to a number of weddings. Best catering for a wedding ever. Oh, so good. She was Latina, so it kind of made sense for her, for her side of the family, but it made sense for me. It made total sense for me. Oh no, folks. Oh no. This is 200 and we don't have damage. We do not have the damage. If we don't have the damage here, we don't have the damage for 250. Is he missing? Okay. Why was it deflecting a foot stomp? That doesn't make any sense to me. I get that it would be deflecting, like, she's supposed to deflect ranged and magic, not people stepping. Oh, it was Dritz causing it to miss. Okay, that makes sense. I don't usually do Dritz as a support. We don't have the... I should have been paying more attention to leveling them up more appropriately. Oh, you know what we can do? We've got Makos. I didn't even realize we had Makos. Dritz was not buffing. And Makos can sit all the way back here. That's way better. That's way better. Surprise ad break. Oh, sorry, folks. There we go. He's dead already. We may have to back up and anyway. So we get Ashar's ultimate back. Oh, okay. Okay. What would probably make sense. Everybody back a little bit. All right, I think we're back. We didn't miss anything. We just died, and I realized I needed to swap to Dritz, which I should have done anyway. We have the Dark Urge too if we need even more DPS. We need to wait for Ashara's ultimate to come back. My cousin's wedding was on a budget, so everyone had fish and chips from the local chippy. Hey, I don't have a problem with that either. As long as it tastes good. I wouldn't say the Frost Giant's too segmented. I would say the Frost Giant maybe does a little too much damage. A little too much damage. There's a lot of damage on that Frost Giant. We just got to wait another 3 minutes for the cooldowns to come back, and we should be able to defeat it. Crawl available for his ult? Oh. No. No, but good asking. That would have been one way to swap in and out. But we should be fine once I can knock the Frost Giant back. We almost had it. I mean, it was under half, which means, you know, we almost had it. In my opinion. In my opinion. But yeah, I mean, this is... The problem is I feel like we're just not going to have the damage at 250. No. The limitation on this one is pretty damaging. Pretty damaging. Almost there. Almost there. But yeah, what I need to do is when it gets close, I need to knock it back with the fireball. Stun. And then unleash everything else. Yeah. We can do, as long as we're taking off a segment, we can do the raiding party to start as it's walking in. Raiding party and Grandmamancy. But then we need to go into the knockback and stun. But yeah, without a tank at all here, this is painful. This is painful. Okay. Let's see if I can do this without screwing it up. Because the cooldowns are real long. Cooldowns are real long. It's not moving like I wanted it to. But we slowed him up a bit. It's done. Thank you. Come on, deliver. Deliver, Ashara. Good lord. Good lord, Ashara. One more attack, Ashara. Come on. There we go. Jesus. Oh, okay. Got there. We got there. I am not feeling super positive for 250. But yeah, the Dark Urge. Dark Urge is going to have to carry us. Resist the urge. Well, we'll bring him in a bit. I guess we could bring him in right now. Well, the problem is yeah, he would just need to go in the back because we want her doing the damage because he can only remove a segment at a time. But we want that ult to bring everybody back to life and knock the Frost Giant back. Nothing. Why do I don't have to level her up at all? We're actually, I know we're behind on level, but we're still, because the health scaling is lower on events, you can go beyond. So we're only at level 195 in the click damage, but we're still killing with clicks, even at 204. You know, they're 10, 15 levels, maybe 20. Now you got me thinking, Lurking Rider, that Ashara now needs a skin that's called Night Owl Ashara. And it's just, she looks normal, except she's wearing a night robe and slippers, and then one of the hats that like the that would normally be long, but it's hanging down with the little ball on it. Yeah, Night Owl Ashara. She's not now. It's not the kind of owl we meant. His damn, yeah, his is way too. Oh geez. Oh no. Oh no. Rosie actually has really good DPS scaling at the moment. Better than Ashara's? And we're not even buffing her? She's not one of these. Is Rosie good? Early? Oh no. We're not even buffing her with Regis or Ashara. Is this a Rosie formation? How many attacks does she get? Did you get bonus attacks somewhere? No, I guess not. I thought she got bonus attacks. Oh my god. That's a little ridiculous. That's a little ridiculous. Okay. But she doesn't have that. I think she's still a single target attacker. She also doesn't strike with her fist. She runs up their back, but... Yeah, I thought she got extra attacks at some point, but maybe it's later on. Maybe not. Maybe not at all. I mean, this is the formation. I would just need to respec. I would need to respec in Ashara into something that. Well, no, because she's a halfling, right? So that doesn't even matter. That's Ashara's second specialization. So Ashara would stay the same, but Regis would need to go Ruby Weakness Melee for Rosie. Rosie would be setting an even higher bud if that were the case. Oh, that's right. We got a bee skin. It's like, we may as well use our skin that we have for her. What you're saying is Rosie's not bad, she's just in the wrong bench seat? I don't know that she's in the wrong bench seat even, just that she seems to be good at this curve, in this part of your progression, which makes her more of an early game champion. There's only 2 ladies supporting her at the moment, so it's not even getting a lot. Each champion younger than her in the formation. That's probably everyone. She's 110, right? Yeah, 110. So 1. Well, not Jarlaxle. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So 5 of the 6 other champions in the formation are buffing her from Sassy. It's her spec choice that would make it. Would give a bonus for ladies, and I didn't. I just went with her. I just went with more damage. No, we are not a Rosie main. No. Again, it's she's single target. Um, it's putting her here helps give us some damage for our Bud for our ultimates, but we really need Ashara to be able to take chunks off the Frost Giant, or we're dead. Or we're dead. We have no tank, so I had put Hitch back here hoping he could keep up with damage, but he can't. So actually, you know what we need to do? Let's get everybody a shield. There we go. Well, I mean, you can have a slot 10. I mean, I'm early game. You can have a slot 10 DPS. I'm just saying right now, Dark Urge probably outpaces her. He's real strong. Right, well, let's find out. Hold on. She's at E641, E62. Same spot. E66. Yeah. So the Dark Urge outpaces her for single target DPS. And he's AoE, actually. She has an occasional AoE, but he's actual AoE. Do I have a buff from Sassy? Well, no, I just have... All I have are the tier 1 stuff, so... Dark Urge gets self 300, but then everybody's 300, except Briv's ultimate attack 300 and whatever. But yeah, we've got multiple damage all champions. That's all I have. Int 14. Oh, 14 plus int will do 400% more damage. She doesn't even qualify. In her own formation. This is her thing. She can't even get to 14 int. Why did they do this? This is how you know that she was an early champion. This doesn't even benefit her. So Ashara's getting that 5x damage and still isn't able to deliver. Wow. Wow. You know, this is back in the day when variants weren't really good for even for the champions that they belonged to. I mean, look, if we could push through this with single target or AoE damage, it'd be fine. Rosie, we could Rosie DPS this, but the Frost Giant means we can't Rosie DPS this. We can't Rosie DPS this, and I need to stop upgrading Jarlaxle. That's Jarlaxle's last upgrade. We got to be more efficient about this. I'm not upgrading Makos until he gets to 240. That's Bonds, James Bonds, and so maybe do that. Oh, I did pick half and half. That's why she is getting bonded by Ashara. Okay, so we do have Ashara support right now for her, but Regis is not. So I don't think this is going to go well when we get to the Frost Giant. We're already at E60, and Ashara is right at E60 on our average. I don't think that's going to hold up. Hey, Selam. 1551 is still going on the Rosie and Strix variant. Nice. Yeah, take it as far as you can. Take it as far as you can. I couldn't get that far on this account. I needed better gear and power from other places and didn't have it. But I went further than I ever went anywhere else. I mean, we're at E25 favor in the event because of that. So oh, you added more people? I just tag teamed Rosie and I had Rosie and the Dark Urge. I didn't have Strix. I think I could have gotten further with Strix, but I didn't own Strix, so my tank is nice. Tank makes nice for Frost Giant. I'd take tank right now, but I don't have tank. I don't have any tanks. Should have called this one no tanks. Mm-hmm. $13.70 would give us an upgrade. I think we'll have a Rosie upgrade before, yeah, right now. Okay. You could swap in Dark Urge for Strix, but I don't think that's helpful. I don't know. You could try it if you didn't get to 2001, but in the Bee Stingers Unleashed. Yeah, I had no idea where you were going with that. Looking right, I've never heard of it. All right, we need to. Oh no, I don't have a 5-minute fire breath. Okay, well, we'll do a 15-minute fire breath. You know what? And a 15-minute gold find. Just to try to get us some upgrades before 250, because I think 250 is going to be a problem. Hey, Valdemar. This song? You could be my dragon queen. Yeah, 4 characters on a lower account might have. Yeah, it might have gotten to 2001. I don't know. I could only get into the 700s with 2 champions. But that was with, blue gear, right? Like this. Just and no Modrons, no perks, nothing, right? But I don't know that I would have wanted to. I mean, it would have been nice just for the event, but favor isn't everything. So I don't know that it would have mattered beyond the event. And it would have almost slowed down your progress overall just for that. Just to have a neat event run. I don't know that that's worth it. I don't know that that's necessarily worth it. Like I could have DM'd instead of Krull, but Krull. So, but Krull. Like it's just not even the same. Oh, jeez, captions. That's not the word. Captions. Krull's just OP. He's not busted. He's just strong. If you can get it to trigger right, he's real strong. What do we got? 1200, 1270, 65 is protection. Okay. Captions is having a hard time. Every day I get closer and closer to pulling the trigger on buying a new mic. My dog used to do that across the carpet. That's exactly what I was thinking of. Oh, those poor dogs. 78 bud needed for 250? Yeah, I don't think we're getting there. Dang it. Dang it. Well, so this is the downside, folks, is you can try stuff. You can try stuff, but these restrictions can be rough, and you'll spend 2 hours on something and not finish it. See, that's why I was thinking, I was sitting there going, I don't think I can do the Rosie stuff with those restrictions, but I tried. It was worth a try. Worth a try, but yeah, we could. This may not work. Like I said, we got a high bud setter in our pocket with the Dark Urge. We could try to rely on ultimates alone. Risky. Really likes our caption program, but do you know what it is? Because if not, that's not helpful. And again, I think the biggest issue is just this microphone. This microphone is built to be right here. It wants to be right here, and I don't want a microphone right here. So I need a microphone that can exist back here. I do have potions. I have potions for the pushing. Potions for the pushing. I have potions. I have potions, yes, but potions aren't potions don't get you as much as you want them to, usually. Hey, it's time for a gold chest. Nope, but we got bounty contracts. Nice. 1400. All right. We're really far away from a lot more damage. Yeah, this mic wants me to do ASMR. A cone of shame for the mic. Yeah, but then that would block even more of the... It's just kind of in the way, blocking a lot. And I would like a mic that can pick me up cleanly for captions while being further away. And even better would be to be out of frame. But, yeah. Well, hello, Mrs. Garfire? Mrs. Doubtgar? I don't know. How did we do that? I don't know. All right. We got an ad break coming here shortly, folks. What did I just say I want? 1325. Okay. It's a ways away. Oh, he should have given us a little more damage. He did. He does. Dark Urge does have some all champs damage, which is odd. So look at that. We're at E67, E68. Just having them in the formation might be enough. We might be there. But the problem is that's just for... ad break. That's just for our ultimates to take off segments. We really needed a Shara to take off segments. And even get her a damage bonus for a while. And Jarlaxle's useless. If we lose, we gotta do it like this. Right? Yeah. We gotta slow him down with Jarlaxle. Slow him down with Jarlaxle and hope that we can kill him before he gets to Hitch. Is there a quick way to get back to zone 1? Yeah, click and hold on this arrow. I'm not going to do it at the moment, but we'll do it in a second after we kill this. Hold on. I'm 249. Watch. Oh, there it goes. Right, like that, and then you can just do this. I mean, that's not a lie, Lurking Rider. We do need a shower to take off segments, but wrong kind of segments. Wrong kind of segments. Oh, whoops, hold on. Hold on, let me fix this. Moving my mic around almost wiggled it right off the desk. That would have been bad. Still not in the greatest position. All right. Yeah, see, this is the problem. We took off 4 segments just with basic attacks. Okay. That's not good enough. That's definitely not good enough. We could lose... Oh, I don't know how many we would get from this. This should take off 10 segments, I would hope. It's got 50. It's got 50. This is going to be a single... That should be 5. Yeah. So between these 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, dunno. So 19, we can remove 19 segments with ultimates plus whatever Jarlaxle's does. I think that might get us to 25. That might hit 6 times. I don't know. And then we still got to pull off 25 attacks. That's why Ashara having like 5 magic missiles right now is... Normally that's great. Oh, it's 6 magic missiles. It would be great if she could take off armor segments, but... She's at E65-ish damage, if this is to be trusted. If that is to be trusted. I'd really like to get her a triple, but that isn't even going to take her out of E66 damage. That would buff Rosie. Oh, this is a buff, but it's what? Double damage. Okay. That's not helpful. Nothing for Calliope for a very long time. Well, 1450 for amplification, but that's only going to be... That's when they crit. That would help. Wish I had more crit chance. I wish I had more crit chance, but I don't. Then that only helps on a crit. But then we just fish for crit. Maybe? No. Yeah, maybe. We're up to nice E70. Why are we still going up? Is this a... What is... I'll take it. Is it Regis? Critting that keeps taking us higher? Regis, can you take me higher? Yeah, okay. Reset when changing areas. So this spikes our bud because he keeps ticking up, but we're not going to carry that into the next area. Damn it. I mean, we can max the bud out here. I'll take that. In fact, hey. Let's get as max as we can. I'm gonna max you up. E16 at the moment. E17. One more. One more. E18. Wow, we were going up orders of magnitude for every stack. Good job, Regis. That put us at E73 on Ashara, but that's what we would need for hitting at on the next area, I think. Well, maybe not. It says E67. The Frost Giant's probably going to have like E69 health. Nice. Nice. Alright, we're going to try it. We're going to see what happens. Crit, Regis. Crit. Oh, she dropped to E60. Oh, it's ridiculous. Oh, it's ridiculous. Good job, Jarlaxle. No. Not enough, yeah. She's not peeling stuff off at all. Yeah. If she could, if Ashara could deliver here. Why was that not killing him? Oh, they get an invulnerability? Immune for 15 seconds. Okay. 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 Okay, we need some more damage. We need some more damage. Oh. Different buffs stacked together multiplicatively or additively? Multiplicatively. Separate stacks stacked together multiplicatively. They're all multipliers. As long as it's not like in this case, Ruby amplification is multiplying Ruby encouragement. So Ruby amplification just makes Ruby encouragement bigger. But if you have two separate kinds of buffs, then they're separate multipliers. So the E5, if you had one that's a buff, straight up buff to everybody for like EO5, like if you have an all champs damage buff for EO5, and then you have a specifically focused thing, like I think we can look at that here. Doesn't she have? No, she doesn't. Never mind. Okay, we can't look at that on her. Who can we look at that on? Hitch, maybe? Global DPS. So Hitch has a 287 EO4% buff to all champions damage, but then he also buffs EO7 if they've got a high charisma. Those are two separate multipliers. Two separate buffs, so they just go in line. Okay, we're gonna need another of this. We might try the damage on the next one. Health, I don't think we have the health to live through a single, 43 health. We're not living through a single hit from that frost giant. Even with health potions. Because they multiply our max health and we ain't getting there. We're just not getting there. We're gonna need a bigger buff. Yeah. I mean, Darius. We could try Darius. We could try Darius. He has debuffs. What are we looking at? He has 767 EO4 plus basically 2 EO5. Song of Protection ain't doing shit. So hold on, I just remembered. EO4, EO5. Doesn't matter. Yeah. All champs damage. Do that. And then... Oh god. 12. Okay. EO4, but how much each champion left? Oh, it's stacking multiplicative. If we're down there, how many? E10. That's better. So we got an E10 buff coming out, along with the all champs damage. Plus this, which isn't going to stack up. I mean, we could stack it up now, but it's going to be great. And then a debuff that's going to stack on the boss. And who's setting Bud now? Rosie is, but a lot higher. Shara's looking a lot higher. Well, she's a bird. She better look pretty freaking high, buddy. No, that isn't what I meant. Swap Shara and Daddy's? No. Daddy's is tossing a single attack. I need a Shara to do damage. I need a Shara to do damage. What I can do is I can swap Darius and Rosie, but that didn't help. That actually got worse. Yeah, no. This is where we need. Why would swapping a Shara and Darius give a bigger buff? It would not. Regis is buffing a Shara. A Shara needs to be here to be buffed by Regis. Darius doesn't care where he's located. He buffs wherever. We're within 2 of everybody he needs to buff. He just needs to buff a Shara. I don't need a buff on Rosie. Don't need a buff on Rosie. Again, all of this was to get more damage on Ashara. On Ashara. She needs to be able to chew through segments. We're almost to another thing here. No, it's not. That doesn't... I don't think it's going to matter. Affected by the ability, but I can't. It's going to be a problem. I need to rebuild the formation here. We can do this. We'll do this. There. There. That's what has to happen. Not that I need to swap Ashara and Dadius, because that's counterproductive, because Ashara is the one that needs the buff. But if I just want to get more people within 2 of Dadius, this is how it happens. This is how it happens. But now we're closer to... Yeah, now the Frost Giant wipes us out just immediately. This is more dangerous. It gives us a bigger buff, but it makes it more dangerous. I mean, here's the thing. It doesn't really matter if we're talking about, again, as long as you have 2 sets. I just want to remind everybody, as long as you have 2 sets, as long as the buffs are separate, you're not trying to, like, you're just getting lots of extra buffs on a champion. It doesn't matter if one is dwarfs another. You're taking your base value, you're multiplying it by the huge one, and then you're multiplying again by the smaller one. It's still a win. It's still a win. But ultimately, you want to find when you're building a formation, you want to find the collection of the biggest buffs possible. It's fine if one of them's small, if the other buff they have is big, or they do something useful. Like, yeah. Swap Regis and Dadius? Why would I? It doesn't... Makos is buffing Ashara just fine. I don't need Bakos to buff Regis. That's the only thing that would change, and I don't... That doesn't mean anything. Remember, these other people aren't... Regis isn't going to be taking off segments off this boy. Off the Frost Giant. Really I want just a little more gold. And it's not giving it to me. I just need... He needs 1 level. I want this triple blessing. I don't care about that. A shark at triple damage. I mean, that's the same thing, I guess. Sure. Okay, screw you, Makos. Screw you, Makos. Here we go. Uh-oh, better get Makos. Wait, no, that's not it. That's not right. Okay, take off segments. Good. Good, good, good. 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 We got a missile barrage too now. No! Damn it! We got it. We got it. We got it. No, we didn't! No! Oh, son of a bitch. Hold on. Withers? Withers. Hail Mary, Withers. Withers came in. Withers delivered. Withers is MVP. Withers is MVP. Get us out of here. Oh my god. Withers for the win once again. Yeah. That is a clutch ultimate. That is a clutch ultimate. Okay, we're done with this. We're done with this.